For most fans, pro wrestling isn't just about watching staged fights with predetermined endings. It's about being entertained. Big companies like WWE have certainly made the E word a bit fraught, but fans love an entertaining gimmick as much as they love an exciting match, and there have been loads of beloved gimmicks over the years. But not every entertaining gimmick is allowed to run its course or lead to an exciting title win. In fact, there are a number that have come to an early ending in dreadful ways, be it due to questionable booking or real life circumstances. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at 10 of the most entertaining wrestling gimmicks that ended in the worst possible way. However, before we crack on with the list, I'd just like to take a moment firstly to thank you for watching and to welcome you to the club here at Honor Wrestling Club. I'd like to ask you to take a moment to click subscribe and the notification bell to make sure you never miss out any of our silly content we do here at Honor Wrestling Club. Oh, and one more thing. Welcome to our club. In number 10, we have Stardust. When Cody Rhodes began to question himself as a worthy tag team partner for his older brother Goldust, the younger Rhodes reinvented himself as Stardust, a cosmic little freak to match his brother's energy. Well, it's looked back on as a misuse of Cody. It was a fun gimmick at the time, at least at first, as Stardust was set to turn on Goldust, and fans were clamouring for a big brother versus brother feud, but only one bout materialised, a disappointing effort at Fastlane, which seemed to exist to build the match for WrestleMania 32, which never ended up happening. From there though, Stardust was grouped with fellow cast-offs, The Ascension, working the undercard until Cody finally got out of WWE and reinvented himself as a main eventer, or, to put it in a better way, as WWE's Nightmare. In number 9, we have Ever Rise. Before Daddy Magic Matt Menard and Cool Hand Android Parker were a regular kayfabe annoyance on AEW television, they were in NXT as a tag team Ever Rise. Initially vanilla white meat babyfaces, Matt Martel and Chase Parker, as they were known, started to develop an annoying heel gimmick, not unlike that of their AEW personas, complete with a talk show segment, and we all know how much wrestling fans love talk show segments. Just as they were starting to get TV time with the gimmick, both men were abruptly released in 2021, though they obviously landed on their feet in the aftermath. In number 8, we have Damien Mizdow. Initially, the intellectual saviour of the masses, the haughty heel Damien Sandow eventually dumbed himself down to become the Miz's personal stunt double. From there, magic ensued. Mizdow started to emulate all of Miz's moves at ringside during matches, including the bumps, and fans noticed. A sidekick getting more popular than the heel he's backing up is a fantastic formula for a feud, and this one was no different. However, aside from a major encounter in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and the pre-show of WrestleMania 31, WWE never really delivered anything satisfying between the two, and Sandow, with WWE misunderstanding what the fans enjoyed about Mizdow not being Damien Sandow and not fake gimmicks, they chose the latter, and they made Sandow into the Macho Man impersonator, Macho Mandow, and teamed with Curtis Axel, who was going through his Axel Mania phase. So in number 7, we have Velveteen Dream. NXT introduced loads of goofy gimmicks for the past decade or so, and one of the most surprising was that of Velveteen Dream, where tough enough contestant Patrick Clark worked a Prince-inspired gimmick. Clark was a solid, if non-flashy wrestler in an era heavy on work rate guys, but became one of the most popular performers on the show, thanks to his charismatically spacey portrayal of Velveteen Dream. However, in 2020, real life would get in the way. Allegations of grooming and other misconduct soured fans on the character. Before long, WWE turned Dream heel, took him off TV, and quietly released him. In at number 6, we have RK Bro. Well, there's certainly criticism to be made of tag teams made up of thrown together singles guys. Sometimes it produces entertaining results, such as RK Bro. It all comes down to personality. Randy Orton was a stoic veteran with no discernible sense of humour, while Matt Riddle was a comedy stoner with MMA bona fides. Their odd couple partnership proved beneficial to both men, but Arcade Pro pretty much came to an end in 2022 once Randy Orton was out with a back injury. From there, Riddle got released from WWE in 2023, putting a definitive end to their entertaining tag team. In number 5, we have Doink. It's tough to imagine a more misunderstood gimmick than Doink. When he initially appeared in WWE's New Generation era, Doink was a villainous clown, playing cruel pranks on the babyfaces, and had a solid journeyman in Matt Bourne behind the face paint. The death of Doink's gimmick was twofold, however. Bourne's personal issues resulted in him getting replaced, and a face turn made him a goofy, kid-friendly act. That 1-2 punch certainly ensured that Doink would be regarded as yet another typically regrettable WWE gimmick in the decades that followed. In number 4, we have Breezango. Fashion model Tyler Breeze and ballroom dancer Fandango had little to go off but a portmanteau tag team name when they were paired up in 2016. Dubbed Breezango, the two heels increased the comedy, dressing in ridiculous costumes and starring in a recurring backstage skit called The Fashion Files that parodied TV shows like Law & Order and even Twin Peaks. Fans were clamouring for a big win that unfortunately would never come for the team. The arguably best thing happening on SmackDown at the time eventually ended up back in NXT, doing their best before they were unceremoniously released in 2021. And number 3, we have Glacier. In 1996, WCW opted to cash in on the Mortal Kombat craze with Glacier, a Sub-Zero knockoff who battled original bad guy gimmicks with names like Mortis and Wrath in the same ring that, say, the Steiner brothers existed in. It wasn't particularly popular when it happened, but time has come to be very kind to it. Unfortunately, WC rolled out this expensive gimmick while the New World Order was changing the game, and Glacier's little weird universe paled in comparison to the gritty, kayfabe-bending NWO storyline. Glacier descended to jobber status, and later sold his gear in kayfabe to Cass Hayashi. In number 2, we have Enzo Amore and Big Cass. Another NXT standout, the tag team of Enzo Amore and Big Cass seemed like a money duo. The diminutive Amore was the mouthpiece and had charisma for days, looking like all the members of Geordie Shore's puffed into one body, while 7-foot Cass was the muscle. Add onto that a shout-along entrance promo, and the result seemed to be main roster gold. Unfortunately, while the shtick was popular, it only managed to last about a year on the main roster. By 2017, a series of mysterious attacks on Enzo resulted in Cass revealing he was the culprit, sparking an incredibly disappointing feud between the former friends, and both men were out of the company by 2018, so it was ultimately pointless. And number 1, we have the Ultimate Warrior. Fans have never seen a rise and fall quite like that of the Ultimate Warrior. Signing with WWE in 1987, by 1990, Warrior was heir to the Hulk Hogan throne, defeating the Hulkster clean at WrestleMania 6 to crown not only a new WWE champion, but also a new top star in the company. Unfortunately, Warrior's ego appeared to get in the way, and he left WWE in 1992 after being fired in 1991. Various returns to the company yielded diminishing returns, and the career of the Ultimate Warrior ended in WCW in 1998, where he was defeated by Hogan in an infamously despised match at Halloween Havoc 1998 with the botched fireball. And there you have it, there's our list. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think is the most entertaining gimmick that died a tragic death? Be sure to let me know your thoughts down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe and notification bell to make sure you never miss out on any of the fun content we create here on the Wrestling Club. I'd just like to take a moment as well to thank you for watching and to let you know that your feedback and your support really does mean a lot to us here at On Wrestling Club, which is why I'm very happy to welcome you into our club here. However, until next time, I'd just like to thank you for watching and welcome you once again to the club.